Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3, the second episode in this series. It is the 19th of March, still 1936. We've only played a couple of months. And you know what I didn't do before the start of this game, before the start of this episode? I did not reorganize these. But again, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to need these for quite a while. I don't have any wars going on, and the Poles, they would be silly to declare war on me. Let's take a look at their neutrality. I don't even think they can. Their neutrality is 74%. They cannot. They will not. It has to be lower than that to declare war. I don't even think can we declare war? I don't think we can declare war right now. Let's see. Yeah, we can't even declare war right now. Our neutrality is too high, so nobody can really declare war yet. So it doesn't really matter. So I'll get these done at some point. It's just not a need right now. So let's just concentrate on the things that we want to do, which is production, fielding an army that can take on the French and crush them, and monitoring trades and our situation with our resources. Energy, this is metal. Typically, at the beginning of the German campaign, your metal resources are a little tenuous, like your supplies, but eventually it creeps up, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Our diplomatic influence. We do have 10 spies. We don't need spies yet. This does need to be a little higher, because we need to trade with nations. So let's bring this up to, say, 5, I guess, for now. That'll cost us a little bit in the research, but again, it's not terribly important for the Gimmerans to, we could back off our officers are already at max, so let's take some off the officers and put it into research. Now the lower this slider, the less officers we produce, so the more units that come on the field, this ratio will go down. But again, as long as we keep it around 110, 20, it'll be fine. You do want it to keep it as high as possible. Let's get this up to 20, at least 21, I think. And lock it there. Well, no, we don't lock that. Let's just lock that one. So we have our diplomacy at 5. We're using 4 of that to influence nations, and we got a little bit of diplomatic influence, about 0.5 a day that we can accumulate to do deals, trade deals. A little bit of espionage a day, so we can get our spies up to net. We're going to use our spies mainly to lower national unity. Now, what is France's national unity right now? We might want to start lowering it. Now, this is kind of funny. If you go to intelligence and go to the majors, France, it says our spies, we have 5 spies there. It estimates their national unity of 50. It estimates it at 50. But if you go here and look at their surrender progress, it'll tell you exactly what they have. It's 35.8. That's awesome. We want to keep it as low as possible. So as soon as we get enough spies, we're going to send more. Ooh, let's do that right now, in fact. Let's go to France and let's get started disrupting national unity. And we have 10 free spies sitting around. Let's go ahead and send them all to France. We want to keep that as low as possible so that we can... Here's the thing. Here's how this works. France. Go here, surrender progress. Oops, if I can keep this on here long enough. The more important cities you occupy, and if you go to the victory point map mode, each of these like gold colored provinces are victory point provinces. Look at Paris. You can see it down here. Paris is worth 30 victory points by itself. Some of these others are 2. This is 2. This is 2. This is 2. They all add up to a certain amount of points for the country. Now, France has other victory points in other countries, like down here, because they control North Africa. But up here, they have most of the victory points in France. So this has a percentage of important cities occupied. So, and are currently at a national unity of 35%. If the occupation is higher than the national unity, then they will surrender. So if I can occupy just right now, if we were to go to war right now, I would only need 35% of their victory points to make them surrender. We want to keep their, now they can build up their own national unity in the intelligence. See, in with, say, Axis, let's go. Okay, where? Germany. Germany. Okay, here's ours, Germany, right here. We have 108 spies abroad. Wow, we have 7 domestic spies. And right now I'm doing counter-espionage. But you can also do raise national unity, which I will do. Because we want to get this as high as possible, because strategic bombing lowers national unity, and the British do a lot of strategic bombing, and it's the strategic bombing, countering it, you counter it with interceptors, but it's difficult to do early in the war because you don't have radar. And the British just come over here and bomb the shit out of you. It doesn't really affect your production levels that much, but it affects national unity. Not that this is a big deal. It never really drops below 78, 77%. But if I want my domestic spies to be doing anything, they might as well just be raising our national unity. Now I can counter-espionage, I can use it to catch enemy spies or support our ruling party, but we don't need to support our ruling party. We're authoritarian. We do what we want. We stomp out all other ruling parties. We did that back in the 30s. We don't have to worry about that. So, in the early 30s, we don't have to worry about that. So, okay. So let's get... what did we have? Intelligence. I just really want to make sure France, we have send priority, spy priority high, and disrupt national unity. So we want to get that, we want to keep that as low as possible, so it makes it easier to conquer France as quickly as possible. As soon as France, well, even before we have France conquered, we're going to do that to Spain, and probably the UK. Probably, but the UK is going to be one of the last countries that we invade. Why? Because the Soviets will declare on us as soon as we do. We want to keep them out of the war as long as possible. In fact, it may be possible to win without invading the UK. We will see what happens. We will see. I think these are for... Okay, they want energy. We'll go ahead and take that. And they still want to sell us their rare materials. How much money we have spare? Almost 3. That would take most of our money. We don't want to do that. We're only losing 35 a day. I've never run out of rare materials, even though we can make trade deals to get it close to, say, minus 15 a day, and then we'll probably never run out. As you can see, we have tons of energy, so we want to sell that as much as possible. So let's keep, what is this? Netherlands wants materials. They want energy. Austria wants, who was that? I forgot, I didn't see. Was that? Yeah, it was Austria. What else? There was something else I wanted to mention, and I don't really just slip. I had it in my mind, and it just left my mind, just gone, vanished. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Let's continue on. Canada. Okay, so see, UK is using their influence on South Africa. And let's look at the, let's look at diplomacy. We'll look at all. Who's an allied member? Okay, France, the UK, and a bunch of, there's some Asian and Mideast countries are already members of the Allies. It's just us for now. The Comintern is Soviet Union and Mongolia, and I think that's a country next to Mongolia. I don't remember. This is where they all align on the triangle here. Austria is moving towards us. So is Portugal. Hungary will probably become a member. Yugoslavia. Probably not. We'll probably have to invade them before they become a member. Let's see. The U.S. is still drifting to the Axis. That's because we are influencing them. I don't know why Britain isn't already influencing that. If I was playing Britain, I would be influencing the USA immediately. You want them in the war as quickly as possible. Okay, what does Italy want? They want energy. Yes, yes, you can have it. Oh, this is, I see, wasted on production. That's another thing. See, this, I set this, I locked it at 128.7. Sometimes it just slips up for whatever reason. We want, okay, we want, let's put this all the way down. I want to have supplies. I don't want to run out of supplies. That looks good for now. Okay. We do have a couple units. These are our naval units, right? These are the destroyers. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this fleet for now. And that means we have some free industrial capacity. No, we already... Oh, that's why it ticked up. No, it should have ticked down. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll ignore that for now. Not sure why that happened. Because once a unit completes, you get free industrial capacity. But I think it was more than 4, wasn't it? How much does it cost a destroyer to... How much is it? Oh, it was. It was the destroyer. The destroyer completed. Yeah, it was 4. That's why it ticked up. Okay, never mind. I thought destroyers, flotillas cost a little bit more industrial capacity than that, but I guess not. See how this thing always keeps doing this? I'm going to ignore this for the most part, especially early on. It's not that big a deal. The Czechs, what do they want? They want to sell us fuel. Fuel. Now here's another thing. If the AI knows, if it sees you having these numbers, the green means you're gaining, red means you're losing. If it sees you're losing fuel, all of a sudden you get a flood of offers to sell you fuel. And it's kind of annoying. And I don't know if you know, I wonder if you can say, don't sell me fuel. That would be great. I don't think you can. I don't want to automate trade, but it would be great if you could say, look, don't send me any offers of fuel. Ever. But I don't think you can do that. By the way, I have a slight cold. It's nothing serious, just a little nasal thingy that I've had the last couple of days. And it's probably coming through in some of my recordings, just so you know. Portugal's fuel, and you can kind of get an idea of what they normally want to sell you by the nations. All the Caribbean nations want to sell you fuel. Let's keep going. Rare materials, and they want energy. You can have it. Please take more. Okay, what else do we got here? Sweden, energy, you can have. That's fuel. That's probably fuel. That's probably fuel. That's fuel. Okay, we'll keep going. Oops, something just completed. Small arms advance. Okay. So we had a bunch of research complete, and now, as you can see, if we continue this research, we're going to be we're basically researching it in advance of when it was. So we don't want to research those yet. So we're going to now. Once you complete a research, it automatically throws it back into the research pool, which is good and bad. You want it to do that so you don't forget. But sometimes you have to manually go in and tell it, no, I don't want to do that. What do we have completed? Okay, we have our first infantry divisions. We're going to stack them probably here. Calm? Yeah, why not? Are these the 2 anti-tank? Yep. This is the beginnings of our first 2 cores. What else do we want? What else do we need right away? We don't need transports. Can we start? We can start transports planes, but they're quite expensive. They're 23 each. We need several of them, but we don't need them till late in the war. Well, late in the war meaning 1940-41 for me. I don't think we need any... We need some interceptors. We mostly need tactical... Not tactical bombers. Yeah, tactical bombers. But we already start with several. Let's take a look at our air units. Interceptor, we have one down here. Let's bring it up here. Is it castle? Yes. Rebase it up here. And... No, that was... Okay, that was a tactical bomber. There it is. Okay, that's... Let's just bring them all to castle. It's a large airbase here. I think it's... Yeah, it's a full-size airbase. We'll bring them here too. Haven't really looked at the air units yet. Let's see what we have. Okay, they should all be here now. Yes. Alright, in here we have... What's this one? Okay, let's combine... Actually, what we want to do... Ah, hell, let's put them all together. And then we'll do it... We'll sort them out from there. That's the first one. And we only have one interceptor. We'll need more. And then the rest are tactical bombers. And we have 8 of them. We're going to put them in groups of 4. That's generally the most efficient way to do it. Okay, so we have 2 air groups of tactical bombers. Let's actually combine these two. There, we have 3. Again, you want 4. Generally 4. 3 to 4. Air units in a group. They're wings in a group. And I want to call this the very, very original first interceptor. Just so I can see it right off the bat. Instead of Luftwaffe 2, I don't know what the hell that is unless I look over here. And I typically look at the name before I look at the little drawing here of what it is. This is going to be the first tactical bomber. And leaders don't matter yet. This is going to be the second tactical bomber. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, all of our infantry just came on. So these are all with artillery. So we're going to put 3 here. And 3 here. This is the beginnings of our first army. We now have 2 corps. Now later on you can put 5 divisions in a corps, but you need... What was the tech you need for that? Superior firepower. Is that it? Yeah, allowed... No. That's brigades per division. You can only have 4 brigades. Let me show you. Go to production. I want to create another division. See, I can't add another infantry division. I can only have 4. So this tech lets me have 5, but I never really use that because I don't get to that point with some countries, especially Germany. I just don't need it. It is... What is the one that allows? Is it... You know, I can't find it. Maybe I was just imagining it. I thought there was a tech that allowed 5 divisions per corps. Or maybe you can already do that. Let's... I'm going to create a core HQ for each of these. And then let's see if I can add like this one. I'm going to detach it from this core and add it to the first core. See if we can add it to the first core. I can. Never mind. You can already do that. But I tend to keep my cores at 4 divisions instead of 5. This was the one I detached? Yes. And that's part of the second core. There we go. So we have 4 divisions each with 10,000 men. So my cores are 40,000 men. And I'm not going to worry about commanders. In fact, at this point, we are going to... Let's go here. And let's unassign all. Oops, yes. And we want to tell it not to auto-assign. Unassign all. We'll assign commanders later. We don't need to right now. And we'll leave those. Okay, we need to start production of our next batch. our next core. So let's get another... How much production, how much IC do we got to play with? About 70? Okay, I think we can do that. Each core costs 37, 38, so we could probably do 2 more, but that would be stretching it. Probably stretch it till June. If we have to, we'll just buy supplies from somebody. So let's get it going. 2 anti-tank. And 6 with artillery. Boom. Okay. So we'll need 128. Oh yeah, we could do this. We need, see how we deployed some units, and now our consumer good demand went up. So the more we have, the more we have to be careful. We have to watch this. Once we declare war, though, the consumer demand plummets. Because of laws, we can enact laws that allow us to give the people less stuff because we need it for the military. Okay, how are we doing here? Okay, I'm still going to sacrifice upgrade cost. We need 62 industrial capacity for upgrades, but we're going to leave it in supplies right now because we don't want to run out of supplies. Okay, so we have, what do we have coming? We have a lot. We have 3 more cores coming. That will complete 1 army. And then I want to get actually almost 3 armies up here by the time I want to invade France. Because we're going to use 2 armies to invade. We're going to have 1 as a backup. But as soon as France falls, then the Netherlands is going to join the Allies. The Czech is going to join the Allies. And the Danes probably. And then we need another army to contain them. You'll see once we get to that point. That's probably what's going to happen. Okay. Australia. They want to sell me fuel, and rare minerals. We'll just keep going. Okay. Mexico. Fuel. Okay. See, because our fuel changing by -44, so all these flood of offers come in. You know what I need to do? I need to... How much diplomatic point? We do have some diplomatic influence we can spend. I think it costs 3 to do a trade agreement. We want to buy from the commies. And I think we want to buy a lot of metal. Very likely. And I think it costs 3. We have 18. Yeah, it costs 3. They accepted. How much are we up to now? Okay, we're only losing a little bit. Let's look at these trade offers real quick. Rare materials and fuel for the most part. We have some inefficient research. Let's get rid of those. Pretty soon we're going to have to pick some other research. Let's continue. Bunch more fuel requests. Oh, what was this? Energy? Okay. Albania is usually energy. Yep. That's fuel. No, that's rare minerals. Okay, materials. Canada, South Africa. Keep going. What does Hungary want? They want energy and a lot of it. Here, take it. More fuel requests. Let's try some. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get. What do we got here? Light tank gun is a little. Shouldn't be researching that. Let's take a look at our trees. Can we do these yet? Probably not. Nope. I'll just wait until we run out. Usually I wait until we run out of things here, that we don't have anything in the queue, or we don't have a backup in the queue. Then I start looking at tech again. It looks like Finland fuel. That's fuel. That's fuel. That's probably fuel. Okay, we'll keep going. Just never-ending requests. I'm going to try one from the U.S. Let's see if they'll give us some. Where is it? Trade agreement to buy. Let's start off with 2. Ooh, they did it this time. Fuel, fuel, rares, fuel, rares. Okay, keep going. I figured that was inefficient research. So now we're at the bottom. We're gonna. As soon as I delete this, it's gonna say we have more research possible, because we have 21 points to spend, but we're only using 20. So let's load up again and see what. Oh, let's look at theories. 38. These are quite important. You don't want to fall behind on these. Let's get special forces. We're going to need that eventually for our mountain troops and our paratroopers. This is very important. Delay between attacks reduced to 48 hours. In fact, we're going to move that to the very top of the list here, because we want that. Things at the top of the list are researched first. That's why these are only half research, and then the red ones are not being researched currently because we don't have enough points. Salt concentration. Anything else for? Nope, doesn't look like it. Naval. We're going to wait on these, I think. Destroyer escort. We'll get those later. They're not that important right now. These look like they're up to date. We're not going to use heavy bombers. We're not going to be doing any strategic bombing. Why do we want to bomb British factories that eventually we're going to own anyway? You know? Okay. Pretty soon I'm going to be forced to start taking some of these others that I don't really need. Oh, here's some. Desert warfare. No, not that one. Mountain warfare, definitely. Don't need Arctic. Yeah, I might. Let's take it. For up in Norway and Sweden. Okay. Now we'll continue. These look like more fuel requests. Yep. Sweden, what do you want? Fuel. Well, typically, okay. So France has decided the Popular Front. We have forgotten the night of the 6th of February 1934. We finally have a government of the United Left, and we will use this to heal the wounds left, and our new labor laws will bring greater peace to the French economy. So this is an economic decision that they enacted. Boo! Okay, light tank armor. Okay. Let's look at these requests. Fuel, fuel. Yeah, these just never stop. I would automate it, but I would be missing some, like these. Sometimes I don't know if the AI would take those if offered. And sometimes I need, like in a pinch, if I start running low on supplies, I want to do my own shopping around. Speaking of shopping, let's ask the Soviets for more steel. Usually we can buy a ton from them, and they don't know, not that much. And they're eager to sell because they produce a lot of it. Yep. So that gives us a surplus. There we go. And we might have one more deal like that because we got plenty of money. And then by the time the game's over, we'll have tons of steel. France wants to sell us some more rare materials. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, we have our next units that are available to be deployed. infantry division. They will, okay, rare materials, fuel, fuel, fuel. Which one is this? Okay, so here comes our next corps. Let's just set it here in Essen, I guess. When's the next one coming? Oh, there's 3 of them coming. These are the ones with the artillery? Yes, and they should be available in a day. I'm going to wait before I do my purchases. There we go. And we're going to need a core HQ. And right now we could probably create an army for these 3 corps. So this is the first army. Let's just move it over here. I'm not going to give it a leader yet. And I want to attach the second corps to the first army and the third corps to the first army. Now if we look at the first army, we have 3 corps, each consisting of 4 divisions each. So we already have, what's in this army? 122,000 men in this army. You can see that right here. Now it's time to go shopping one more time. And I think let's just start. How much do we have to play with? Let's see. See if we can get another division going. Anti-tank, we need 1. And artillery 3. Okay, that looks like that's about right. And our consumer goods need went up again. Oh, look, see, it happened. It went up and I didn't notice, and now our unrest is a little high. So, and that affects your industrial capacity. As you can see, it's minus 2%. So, to get that lower, you have to increase this significantly. Not significantly, but a little bit. That makes it minus 0.01 every day. That should be enough. That'll get it down probably in a couple months. Okay. I'll look. Soviets, rare materials, rare. Fuel and rares. Everybody wants to sell their fuel and rares. I don't want it. I do want some more steel, though. We're making 8 a day. Let's see if we can get 10 more. Maybe 5 more. Let's see. Trade agreement. Can you sell us just 5 more? For 0.36 money a day? I'll probably say yes. Yep. And now we're up to 30 a day, plus 30. That should be enough. We don't have to do any more trades for that. Supplies looks fine. Okay, 2 more infantry divisions. What are these? Okay, those... Okay. The last ones in their first army are coming off, are being trained. They've just come out of boot camp. There should be a couple more, or several more following them. July 30th. We'll wait. It's a little bit of a waste of industrial capacity for a few days, but no big deal. There should be one more after that. August 7th. Okay, this happened because at some point my production need wasn't being met, and so it was delayed a little bit. August 7th. Okay. Let's go ahead and deploy these. So our first army is pretty much complete. And we're going to start on our second army. More and more and more. Let's see what we can do here. Let's start out with... How many are we making right now? Just 1? 1 core? Okay, let's see if we can do another 2. I think we could do 2. So we'll need 2 anti-tank. Yeah, we have about a, what, 25, 35, 50 to spend? I think we should be able to do that. There we go. Okay, it's still eating into our upgrades and our reinforcements. In fact, I'm going to lock these at 0. Because we don't need those terribly right now. Let's lock that at 0. Supplies, we need to keep our supplies up. Even though we have 22,000, that can really go down pretty quickly if we don't watch it. And let's bump that up a little bit. In fact, a lot of bit. We need to decrease our descent. We have been decreasing it. See, it's already down to 1.7. So as soon as it gets down to 0, we can have it meet demand, and we'll be fine. It's going to take a while for this Scharnhorst to be built, but we don't need it for a while. Okay, just more infantry. I do need, actually, you know, I just forgot. I need tanks. So one of these divisions is going to, what I do is for each corps, I like to have, for each army, 4 infantry corps, 1 tank. Or 4 corps and 1 tank corps. So this one will be part of the 2nd Army. And I need to start building tanks. Maybe I should... Let's get rid of... 1, 2, 3... and one of these, and see how many tanks divisions we can build. So we're going to start off with light armor and some motorized infantry, and some people use engineers, but I like to use tank destroyers. If I had self-propelled artillery, I'd use it, but I don't have that tech yet. That's... where is that? That's right here. Oh, that's... yeah, that's why I keep building up my light tanks, because I need self-propelled artillery, but I can't do these yet. Is it ahead of time? Yeah, it's ahead of time. So I don't get self-propelled artillery for a while, so I might as well just use tank destroyers. Production, division, tank destroyers. I'm going to need 4 of those. That's 90 IC. Let's see if we can swing that. Oh my god, that's pretty... Let's get rid of this other infantry division, shall we? We can't do both of those. Too expensive. Okay. Alright. $151. Is that right? We might have to start buying supplies at this point, I think. Because I really want these tanks. No, let's wait, because the destroyers are being completed in August. And so is this last infantry. Let's get through August and see. And then we'll end the episode. Okay, here's another infantry division. We're going to deploy that here. Give them a corps command. And how does our production look now? That's better. I think we're going to leave it at that. We might have to buy some supplies. We might not. Let's go through the end of August. It's not very much. It's not much farther. Fuel. They want energy. We'll give it to them. They want energy. The Italians are big buyers of energy, typically. So let's continue. Let's get through August. Oh, we have inefficient research? What is it? Operational level command structure. Okay. The Olympiads are done. 1936 Olympics. Anybody want energy? No? Okay. See our supplies go down? Look at that. Look how fast they're going down. Italians want... okay, they want to sell... Okay, here's the last destroyer. We'll put them in this group. And then let's look at our production now. It looks like we're still going to have to buy... maybe... buy some supplies. We'll see. We're going to leave it here. When we come back, we're going to keep building our armies, and we're going to look at trying to buy some supplies from someone, but sometimes that could be tricky. Let's take a real quick peek and see who has the US has typically a bunch of supply. They have a big stockpile, but they're reluctant to sell to Germany. Let's take a look real quick. Trade agreement, supplies, buy. See, it says impossible. Oh, this is the Soviets. Hold on. USA. Offer trade agreement. We want to buy supplies. We offer USA to sell. See, this says impossible. They don't want to do it. Who has... let's go to all and see who has a supply. Say the US, Japan. Maybe Japan will sell us some. No, they won't even, and they have a large stockpile. Supplies are really hard to get to buy in this game. UK? No, they won't do it either. Oh wait, decline. I gotta go to Japan. Offer trade agreement. Buy supplies? Nope, they won't do it. UK? Nope. So there's another way around this, and I will show it to you when we get back. And when we do return, again, we will continue on our buying spree, and we'll see where that goes. Maybe we'll get to 1937 when we return. Hopefully a little farther than that. Thanks for watching this episode. I'll see you next time.